G'day, Sam Burke from Aussie Beef HQ. I'm really excited to present to you our Raise the Steak series. Shut the gates. We're going to look at the most burning questions that you've had on the internet. We're going to make sure that every time that you cook a piece of Aussie beef, it's going to be the greatest meat on earth. And we're going to elevate your beef game, whether it be steaks, whether it be the right cut for the roast, butcher's tips, tips from master chefs, and take your steaks to the next level. Our tip is to get yourself a thermometer. That's the best way to judge the degree of doneness, to make sure that you are nailing your steaks time and time again. So it really depends on the cuts you're talking about. So if I'm looking at a lean cut, for example, a schnitzel cut, a meat mallet really helps. If it's a big roasting cut, I score crisscrosses with my knives. That allows the oil, the salt, the marinade to penetrate and give you a beautiful flavour and tenderize when cooking. For those ultra slow cuts like your brisket and your chuck, a good way to tenderize is braising it, breaking down that connective tissue and making it a nice gelatinous result. Lean beef mince is fantastic for a sanchoy bao, for example. It sucks in the flavours to put into your stir fries, etc. as well. If you want a medium mince, that's fantastic for your bologneses and your sauces and your ragouts. For a more fatty flavour, like your hamburger mince, for example, that provides a nice juicy mince for your hamburgers. It really depends on the cut. For a steak, we advise here at Aussie Beef to rest for half the amount of cooking time. For the big roasting cuts, I like to rest it for at least 10 to 15 minutes with light foil over the top, just to keep the warmthness in the beef. And if you need to give it a flash at the end, just to bring the heat up, there's no problems at all there. Chuck, shin, I don't mind a bit of blade, but you're looking for those cuts from the forequarter of the animal, the front of the animal, that are susceptible and got a nice fat content and braised down to give an optimum result time and time again. Yeah, so you want to take your beef out of the freezer and put it into a nice pan and then put it at the bottom of your fridge so you've got no juices dripping down onto your vegetables. So when we cut steaks across the grain, we're shortening the fibres. So there's long strips of grains in every different cut. You want to cut those grains to short the fibres to give the best desired eating consistency. Well, what was the cow's famous subject at school? Music. Make sure you take your steaks out, let them come to room temperature. Season your steak before you put it on the grill. Get the grill nice and hot. Grill your steaks. Rest them for half the amount of cooking time, and then slice across the grain. So what I like to do is use a nice flaky salt that sits well on the beef. And when you're seasoning from a height, you're making it rain. Make it rain, baby. And when you're doing that, what happens is that you're getting great coverage of your beef when you're seasoning it. If you season from low, you're only intrinsically doing it on a certain part of the cut. So make it rain. Make sure that you get plenty of seasoning on your beef, because a lot of that salt comes off in the cooking process and you want to make sure that it's seasoned well to get the greatest outcome for you. What do cows get when they get sick? Hay fever. Ba-bum. You're new to cooking beef, you want the go-to cut to make sure that you'll have success at all times. I reckon the rump, because it's so versatile. You can do strips, you can do casserole, you can do grilling, or you can do roasting. Well, with grass-fed beef, you've got a buttery colour, a kind of slight yellow colour in the fat, And that is from the carotene from the cattle eating the grass. And then also with grass-fed beef, there's less marbling in it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna be a tougher steak. They're just as beautiful. They've got different attributes, just like wines, if you like. With grain-fed beef, you've got more of a white colored fat, more intramuscular fat, so more of that marbling. And I guess it's more consistent for cooking big numbers of steaks, if you like. You dial up the tenderness by having those speckles of fat in there. But you know, grass has got that nice earthy fat flavour as well. So they've both got positive attributes. Wagyu is a breed of cattle that came out to Australia in the 90s. It's a Japanese breed, and what it's renowned for is they long feed it and it's got more intramuscular fat.
All right, so now we have some quick fire questions to get to know the real Sam Burke.
Hit me.
Rare or well done?
Medium.
Barbecue or pan fry?
Barbecue, of course. Give me those flames.
Brisket or chuck?
Brisket.
Tacos or burgers?
Burgers.
Sunday roast or steak night?
Steak night.
Meat pie or steak sanger?
Steak sanger.
Stainless steel or cast iron?
Cast iron.
Favorite steak cut?
Ribeye or flat iron. Two.
Mushroom or peppercorn?
Peppercorn all day, every day. All right, we're all wrapped up. I've got to prep for the rest of the series. I hope you got some great answers there. Tune in to Aussie Beef on YouTube, our Raise the Steak series to elevate your beef game. Kebab drop, Sam out.